Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Abigail and today I have this video to share with you guys. It is my how to deal with a breakup video. If you have clicked on this video, you are probably going through a breakup and want to know tips on how to get over it, or you may know a friend who might be struggling through a breakup and you want to help them out. So these are just my ideas, what I've dealt with, how I overcame it, and how I just moved on with my life and got over a really hard breakup. But everyone deals with a breakup differently. Usually you have three stages. You have the denial, you have the anger, and you have the acceptance. And most of us, everyone deals with it differently. Sometimes you might have a hard time accepting it at first. Sometimes you may be very angry first. So it doesn't all come in the same order. So we all deal with it differently. But usually those are your three stages. Most of the time that I've dealt with a breakup, it's been really easy. And I have a lot of people who love me, and I get surrounded with lots of love. But there are times, and there has been certain types of breakups that is really hard, and I usually just move on with my life, don't really think about it, and then just surround myself with lots of people. I work a lot. I'm a workaholic. Like, I keep myself focused on something so I don't be thinking on what happened, right? I'm a workaholic, so I focus myself, I do stuff, I do hobbies, I film, I do music, I work my 40 hours a week shift, I go to church, I lead, there's a lot of things I do. I'm a workaholic. I just got back from work and I'm filming right now, so I keep myself focused a lot. Yeah, there's gonna be times where you're not doing anything and you're thinking about what happened, and you might be denying, like, I don't accept this, like, you know, like, I don't think this really happened. Like, you're gonna be in denial, and it's really hard, I know, and it's sometimes we deny the fact that it's over, but it's over, and you just have to move on with your life. My recent breakup was a pretty hard one. It was really the anger part. I was angry, and I didn't really care if it was over. I was just angry at the fact that I wasted my time and I lost this friendship. I was really angry, and it was really hard to get that anger out of my heart. But like, the story short, I realized I was free until someone prayed over me. I remember going to a service one day at church, and there were some missionaries that came over, and the lady really put her hand in my heart. And when she put her hand in my heart, I felt this peace in my heart. And if you have seen my videos before, you know that I am a Christian, so I really believe in prayer. Prayer really works and helps me out. I'm very quiet, and I don't really like sharing anything with anybody. If I'm dealing with something, I like to deal with it on my own, and I like to deal with it in prayer. I close myself in my room, and I pray, and I listen to worship music. I love, like, worship music is another thing that I do. I listen to music. I love music, and I get myself lost, and I realize why I fell in love with Jesus, and he is my first true love. So I go back into his arms, and I ask him to wrap me in his arms, and then I just cry, honestly. But it's also good to talk to someone you know. But the day it happened, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was at work, obviously, and I was just working. And I was having a hard time accepting it, and I was denying it, and I was confused, honestly. But I talked to one of my good friends from church, and then we went to have some food, and she was like, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. And I love how she offered me food first, because if you know me, I love to eat, and I get happy with food. So she bought me some pupusas. Girl, thank you so much if you're watching this video. You're the best. So she just listened to me, and then she told me to cry, and it's okay to cry. And she was like, you don't have to tell anybody if you don't want to. If you're not ready yet, you don't have to. I didn't want to face the world with what happened, you know. I wanted to deal with it myself first, and then I felt like I was ready to tell others what happened. You know, it's really hard also when you've like been like on social media, and then all of a sudden you don't want people to know that you failed as a couple, which really sucks. But honestly, it's okay, because it's better that you notice that you guys weren't meant to be together now than, let's say, if you were married, or if you had tied the knot, or if there was kids involved and then you're trying to get out of that relationship. It's a lot more harder. So it's easier if you don't have kids, if you're not married and you're just dating. It's easier to break it up. So that was my experience with my breakups. I like to pray. I like to keep myself focused. I like to surround myself with lots of people who love me. And it's weird and it's amazing how God works, because when stuff like this happens to you, well, for me, for example, when stuff like this happens to me, all of a sudden everybody starts talking to me. And you know, when you're in a relationship and you're with someone, you sometimes block other people around you, like your friends. You don't really spend time with them, and because you're focused with being with that person. That's not really good, because you should always have a relationship with your friends. Always acknowledge them. Even if you're with someone else, always acknowledge them. But when this happened to me, most of the time I had a lot of people who were like, are you okay? Like, can we hang out? How have you been? Stuff like that. I'll be like, I've been good, and just trying to say good. Just trying to talk positive stuff, and just telling yourself everything is gonna be okay. You have to be positive. You have to talk positive. The Bible says your tongue has power. So if you talk positive, you're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's not the end of the world. And I know you're gonna hear a lot like, hey, there's a lot of fish in the sea. It's okay. And I know you don't want to listen to that right now at the moment. But hey, there is probably a better person out there for you. And you know, you probably heard this before. If that person is meant for you, they will come back to you. Maybe it was just not the timing, you know. And I would advise you to pray over your partner, to be patient. Tell God, describe to him how you want your partner to be. Be specific with him. Do you want him or her to be tall, short, skinny, thick? Do you want them to be dark skin, light skin, yellow skin, orange skin, I don't know, black hair, blonde hair, red hair, blue hair, green eyes, brown eyes, hazel eyes? Describe to him, be specific how you want your partner to be. And be patient, and he will give you the desires of your heart, obviously according to his timing. And hey, also, don't communicate. At least for first few months, try not to communicate with that other person. Try to not look through your phone. Old text messages, songs you probably listened to, songs you guys probably played, favorite songs. Try to stay focused doing other things, because if you're caught by yourself, you're going to be scrolling through your text messages, you're going to be scrolling through your pictures, and then you're going to be again thinking about what happened and thinking about the other person. Give that person space. If they've asked for space, give them space. If they've asked for time, give them time. Because if you try to be friends right away and try to still keep that communication when the breakup is recent, it's a little bit hard, because you're always going to be constantly reminding yourself why you broke up with that person. You guys might end up fighting. You might end up losing that relationship. I've been there. I've done that. And sometimes you cannot stay friends with an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. You cannot. Sometimes you can. There has been cases. It's worked. It's proven to work. Sometimes you can be friends with an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. But you just have to give yourself time first. You know, sometimes you guys are better off as friends, and you don't want to really lose that friendship. So please be very careful and give that person some space and time. But most importantly, don't let this determine who you are and your worth. You are a precious stone in the hands of a maker. If you were put in this world, you were put in here for a purpose. You weren't just put in this world just because. So do not let this determine who you are. And don't let any relationship determine who you are, because you are worth more than what you could ever imagine. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye.